Hello guys, welcome back to another movie review, and today we are reviewing Madam Web. Yeah, so I went to see Madam Web yesterday, and I knew this wasn't going to be a great movie to watch, so I went to see this in Screen X. So we had that whole thing going around, you know, the 270 degrees or whatever. You know, basically it was either that or 4D, because that's all Cineworld offered it in. But I went to see it in Screen X, and I will say I hate Screen X. I'm not a fan of it. It's not there for the entire of the movie, and it's just a gimmick if anything. I'd much rather wish I went to see it in 4D, to be honest. Anyways, that out of the way. Madam Web, directed by S.J. Clarkson. One of the most critically negative movies of the year so far, 100%. And it's reminiscent to Morbius, in my opinion. When Morbius came out, obviously, that was one that, you know, is getting heavily compared to this film. But I will say this, right? I was watching it, and my initial reaction was, this isn't as bad as people are making it out to be. Like, I have watched some horrendous superhero movies. Batman and Robin is probably my worst one, if you get OG viewers will know. I rated that very low, and I think it's the lowest score I've ever given a film on Letterboxd. But this was pleasantly surprising to me. It wasn't as, you know, it's not amazing, don't get me wrong. This is not, we're not talking Infinity War or anything like that. This is where it does sit, but I don't think I hate it as much as everyone else from what I've seen online. Granted, there is some things in the film that is bad, but in my opinion, superhero movies ain't supposed to be a serious, good, well-written movie, if you know what I mean. A superhero movie is meant to be light-hearted. It is meant to have a script that is, you know, very so-so. Because if you look at comics are quite simple, isn't they? You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I feel like some of the reviews are a bit harsh on the film. Granted, some of the performances in the movie are a bit questionable, I will say that. And the choices as well is just thing, because, you know, we got Dakota Johnson, who plays Madam Web, or Cassie Webb. We also get Sydney Sweeney in the film, who plays Julia, Isabella Merced, who plays Anya, and then Celeste O'Connor plays Mattie Franklin. We also get Emma Roberts in the movie playing Mary Parker, and then Adam Scott playing Ben Parker. Again, that name Parker was questionable to me. I was like, are they related to, like, Peter Parker, you know? And then the main protagonist in the movie is played by Tahir Rahim, and he is playing Ezekiel Sims. Now, basically, the entire plot of the film is one of those, like, up in the airs. Like, he basically wants to kill these 3 girls because he has a vision that they're going to kill him in the future, and he has the tech and stuff to want to kill them. Like, as a protagonist, that is not a great, like, story, I guess, in terms of, like, you know, kicking off a movie. But I will say this, it's not about, like, the world ending. It's not like a race against time for, like, you know, the whole of New York to go underwater or something like that. You know what I mean? It was a bit, like, not believable because he's looking into the future, but it's superhero-y, if that makes sense. It's not about saving the world all the time, and it's not like a carbon copy of something we've always seen before. Now, granted, on the flip side to that, then, we had Madam Web, who was fighting this Spider-Man-ish character back, but she has no powers, really. She can see in the future, but that is basically it. So all of the action was her driving a car and crashing into him 3 or 4 times. That was the substance of Madam Web. So is that Madam Web as a character? I'm not a comic book reader, so I wouldn't know if that's her now. But this is like, it was an origin story of her becoming Madam Web. I had a few question marks about Madam Web. I knew she was blind. I knew she was in a wheelchair and all that kind of stuff. But this was the story of how she gets there. This was the origin story of her figuring out her powers and then becoming Madam Web at the very end of the movie. Obviously, then we get the 4 other girls who all play these, like, Spider Women characters, and they all have amazing costumes, but we only get to see them for like 2, 3, 4 minutes in the film, which is a real shame. But if there is a sequel to this film, I think this is one of those things where it could lead on to something good. You know what I mean? Granted, the script was diabolical in many parts, don't get me wrong. And like I say, the action was subpar. This was basically like the movie Ambulance that we watched many years ago, because that's all Dakota Johnson did, was drive an ambulance around New York City at high speeds. But anyways, rating the film, what would I rate it? Where would I sit in with this? Well, I gave it a 2-star because, you know, I have to go low because it was a dumb movie in terms of I felt dumb watching it, you know. But I do have to give it some scores. Like, some people are giving it half a star and a 1 star and stuff like that, and I totally disagree, because, you know, this was an origin origin story of Madam Web becoming Madam Web, figuring out her powers. So she isn't going to be this powerful person. She doesn't know how to use her powers for the good of everything. And now, by the end of it, she figures it out. That's the whole point of an origin story. And I feel like nowadays in superhero films, we don't get origin stories. But nobody's really saying that. It's one of those things. Would I recommend? Don't pay for it. If you've got like a limited card or something, go. It's free. Yeah. But I wouldn't go and spend 10, 15 quid in the movies or whatever. Wait for it to come on streaming. It won't be long. But yeah, for me, I think it's better than Morbius. Morbius is way worse than this in my opinion, because like the Jared Leto's acting is just way worse than Dakota Johnson's. But you know, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Madam Web, 2-star. It's not the greatest. Really gutted for the whole franchise as a whole, because Spider-Verse and Sonyverse is really interesting, but who knows, will we get more? I don't know. But there you go guys, there is my review of Madam Web. Let me know your thoughts down below. Have you seen it? Are you going to see it? Of course, let me know down below. Thanks for watching, stay tuned for more. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.